Today we're going to move on and we're going to learn about three-dimensional shapes. I have provided you a star chart. Everything we're talking about for formulas, and what did we say a formula was? The directions, the recipe is going to be on this star chart. Do not lose this star chart. Did y'all hear what I just said? I'm not going to keep printing them for you. This is yours to keep. Make sure you put it in your binder under notes or something, okay? Now, today specifically, we're going to talk about each three-dimensional shape and what is it, because we haven't seen these in a while. And then we're going to talk about what the base of their shape is. So what you need to understand is when you have a three-dimensional shape, everybody's eyes with me? Do y'all see this Crayola box? What makes this three-dimensional? It's a bunch of two-dimensional shapes put together. So what's this shape? What is it though? It's a rectangle. What's this shape? A rectangle. What's this shape? So this is a whole bunch of rectangles put together to make a rectangular prism. Are y'all with me? The base is a rectangle and it sits on its base. Yes? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to talk about each shape. We're going to talk about what the base is because that's super, super important for what we're learning tomorrow. And then we're going to talk about how to find the perimeter and area of each base, which is what we talked about last week. So look at the example 1. What kind of shape is this? I heard one person. A cylinder. And I have a cylinder right here. A cylinder is a three-dimensional shape. So right here is what kind of shape is it? It's a cylinder. Y'all take good notes because you're going to be answering questions over this on your assignment. Now, let's talk about what kind of base does a cylinder have. So y'all look up to my Clorox wipes. What kind of base is that? It's a circle. So the base is a circle. Did we learn how to do stuff with circles last week? Yes. It wants you to find, I want you to take your highlighter and highlight that base at the bottom. There are two bases. They're identical, but we only care about one of them, okay? If you don't have a highlighter, maybe shade it in real lightly where you can still see it. Now we're going to find the area of the base. Well, we just said the base is a circle. So what are we only going to look at? The circle. Do I care about this 7 right here? That's the height of the cylinder. I don't care about it. I care about the area of the, so you're not going to look at the 7. If the 7's going to confuse you, put a little line through it that I don't care about it right now. Now, on your star chart, there is a section called area. I want you to find it. It's highlighted in black. Do y'all see this section titled area? This is the section we're going to use today. Find circle. What is the formula for area of a circle? Pi r squared. Did we do this on Friday? So we're going to do, to find the area of the circle, area equals pi r squared. Pi is pi because we have a pi button in our calculator, but I need a radius. Do y'all remember what a radius is? Halfway through a circle. Did they give me a halfway through the circle? So I'm going to do pi times 2 to the second power. So let's refresh our memory on how to put this in our calculator. So go to pi right above the caret button, right here in blue. So I have to second pi. I don't see everybody doing it with me. I don't see everybody doing it with me. Times the radius, which is 2. And then for the second power, I'm going to hit this button right here. It's a shortcut button for squared. And then hit enter, and that's your answer. Would it be 12.56 or 12.57? Good. 12.57 if I round to the hundredths place. And then it would be inches squared, but we're not even going to worry about that today. Are there any questions on cylinders? What kind of base do they have? A circle. Go to the next shape. Who knows what kind of shape this is? A cone. What kind of base does a cone have? A circle. Take your highlighter or shade in the base. So what number has nothing to do with the base? So are we going to talk about that number at all today? No, we're not going to use it. If you think it might confuse you, cross it out. You don't want to look at it today. That's the height of the cone, but all we're looking for today is the area of the base. Since the base is a circle, I go to my star chart to area of a circle, and I write down area equals pi r squared. Did they give me a radius? What is a radius? Halfway through a circle. Did they give that to me? So I'm going to do pi times 8 squared. And I should see every single person putting this in their calculator. Okay, again, the pi button, you're going to have to hit the blue second button first, and then pi, which is here. Times 8 squared, and my answer is 201.06. Are there any questions on cones? What kind of base does a cone have? Circle. Okay, who can tell me what this next shape is called? I showed y'all a minute ago. A rectangular prism. What's the difference between a rectangular prism and a cube? A cube is made up of nothing but squares. Okay, and do y'all see how this is 6, 6, and 4? That means it's not a cube because all sides would have to be the same. And that's what's the difference between a cube and a square. But cubes are rectangular prisms. So you would use the same formula. So we're going to call them all rectangular prisms. In a rectangular prism, or any prism at all, the name of the first word is the shape of the base. So what does this say right here? That means the base is a rectangle. So if you ever see prism, the first word is the base. So if I say triangular prism, the base is a triangle. If I say octagonal prism, the base is a octagon. That's how prisms work. The first word is the shape of the base. So the base of this one is a rectangle. Now, this whole shape is made up of rectangles. Do y'all agree? So how do I know which one's the base? Pick the one it's sitting on. So do y'all see which one it's sitting on? Right here. So this base is actually a square, but squares are rectangles, so we're still going to call it a rectangle. What number has nothing to do with that base? So am I going to use that 4? No. Now we're going to talk about how to find perimeter of the base. So what do we only care about right now? The base and perimeter. How do you find perimeter of anything? Add all the... All right, how many sides does this base have? 4. So if I add 6 plus 6 and I put my answer as 12, did I get it right? No, because a rectangle has 4 sides. So I'm going to have to add 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6, because the sides across from them are the same. What is 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6? 24. How do I find the area of the base? Well, the base is not a circle, is it? So you better not tell me pi r squared, because this has nothing to do with a circle. What kind of shape is this? So I go to my star chart and I go to area. I go to rectangle. Do y'all like base times height for rectangle? What did we use Friday? Length times width. I like length times width better. Is it the same thing? It's the same thing. But we like length times width. So right here, to find area of the base, I'm going to do area equals length times width. What is the length and what is the width of that base? 6 and 6. So I'm going to do 6 times 6, which is 36. So that's my answer. Any questions on rectangular prisms? Okay, moving on. Does anybody know what this next shape is called? A triangular prism. Write it down. You're going to have to answer this. Triangular prism. The first 5 questions on your assignment are identifying shapes. Now, what did I teach y'all a second ago? When you hear the word prism, the first word is the base. So what kind of base is a triangular prism have? A triangle. That means it's not sitting on its base, is it? This triangle right here and that triangle in the back are the bases. You only need one. You don't need both. So the base, you're going to write for the base, you're going to write it's a triangle. Which of these numbers in this picture has nothing to do with the base? Which of these numbers is not part of that base? That 3 is not in where I shaded it? Say it. 2. Is this 2 part of that triangle? Then I'm not going to use it today. Do y'all see that 2 has nothing to do with the part I highlighted, that triangle? All right, how do you find perimeter of anything? Add all the sides. What 3 numbers are the sides of this triangle? 4.1, 2.5, and 4.1. So I'm going to add those. Did y'all get 10.7? That is the perimeter of the base. Now I want to find the area of the base. Again, what kind of base is this? A triangle. So where do I go? Star chart to area. Find triangle. Did we like this formula or did we like to change it? What did we change it to? Base times height divided by 2. Why? Because multiplying by a half is the same thing as dividing by 2. Are y'all good with that? Okay, go back to your star chart. Put right here to find the area of the base, I'm going to do area equals base times height divided by 2. Some of you aren't even writing what I'm writing. Who remembers from Friday? How do I find the 2 numbers to use? Find the right angle. Do y'all see the right angle right here? What 2 numbers are making that right angle? I just colored them. 2.5 and 3. So I'm going to do 2.5 times 3 divided by 2. What'd y'all get? Wait, I just did the wrong thing. 2.5 times 3 divided by 2 is 3.75. Okay, this next shape is the exact same shape. It's another triangular prism. So write that down. The shape is a triangular prism. What is the base? A triangle. So what am I going to highlight? The triangle. What number has nothing to do with the base, the triangle? So can I mark it out because I'm not going to use it today? Now I'm going to give y'all a second on your own to find the perimeter of the triangle and the area of the triangle. Bless you. Okay, how did you find perimeter? How do you find perimeter of anything? What sides am I going to add for this triangle? Perfect. 8.5 plus 5 plus 6, what did y'all get? 19.5. Wonderful. How do you find the area of the base since it's a triangle? Where do you go look? Your star chart. So you go to area, right here, of a triangle, and what did we write? Base times height divided by, so right here, base times height divided by 2. How do I know the two numbers to put into that formula? Find the right angle. What two numbers were making up that right angle? 5 and 6. So I'm going to do 6 times 5 divided by 2. It doesn't matter what order you do it in. 6 times 5 is 30. And what's half of 30? 15. All right, any questions? We're not done. Listen carefully, though. Last class, I was walking around, and there was a student using length times width for every problem. What does length times width only apply to? Rectangles. What does pi r squared only apply to? Circles. What does base times height divided by 2 only apply to? Okay, so you have to figure out what base does it have to decide which of those to use. Make sense? Now flip over. This is super fast. And don't make fun of my beautiful drawings. What kind of shape is that? And don't say circle. It is a sphere, or what I tried to draw as a sphere. A sphere is like the world. It's like a bouncy ball. Okay? All points are equal distance from the center. It's round. Okay? All you need to know about a sphere is if it's going halfway through, it's a radius. If it's going all the way through, it's a diameter. You will be asked about a sphere on your assignment, just to identify the shape. Okay, on this one, the only reason I redrew this, because you all already know what is this. It's a cone. Why did I make you draw that? Why am I making you talk about this on the back? This one, what's different between them? This one's laying down. This is still the what? That's still the base. Over here, this is the base. If it's going halfway through, it's a? If it's going all the way through, it's a? But every year, I have a student tell me the radius comes from over here. I'm like, a radius can only come through a circle. Okay? All right, your assignment is going to be found on the Google Classroom. You will do it There are like 17 questions, but the first 5 are literally saying the name of the shape. Super easy. And then perimeter and area of the base, okay? And I will check your work today.